Anyway, so idea is I'm starting tangible non-current assets now, which will form part of your section A and B type. And section C, where I explained you all, you will have a single entity question where you're making a PL and balance sheet for one company. Usme a adjustment from this chapter can come, which can be a good 3 to 4 mark question, right? So section A and B make for any marks, and in section C, if it's coming as a single entity, around it can be a 3 to 4 mark adjustment. Okay. So IAS 16, property, plant, and equipment. This chapter that I'm catering tangible non-current assets is made up of 4 standards. In it, one of the standards is IAS 16, property, plant, and equipment. Okay. In it, one of the standards is property, plant, and equipment. So, can any one of you define what a property, plant, and equipment would be would be? What would an item?
Plant would be the anything that they are using for like construction or like production thing. And
anything used for construction or production. Okay.
Machinery may be attached to the ground, somewhat like that.
Machinery attached to the ground. Okay.
Yeah, it might be difficult to move the machinery. So,
okay. Anyone else has any more definitions? Okay, so you all have kind of given me examples, but you all were not able to tell me what category this is. You all have given examples which are right, but you all were not able to categorize.
Basically,
asset?
Yeah, asset and fixed assets. Like I told you, fixed assets would be one of the parallel terms for it. So exact definition I'll share with you all now. These are basically those assets which are used in the production or manufacturing. These are used in the production or manufacturing of your goods or services. You know what goods are? Goods are the core item that you trade in, right? Like I told you, if you're Godrej, then furniture would be the core item that you trade in. Okay, cars won't be the core item that you trade in. Car or the trucks that you're using is used for delivery. So I'm talking about those assets which are used in the production and manufacturing. Used in the production and manufacturing of the goods. Okay, directly or indirectly. Now, when I take Godrej for example, तो directly क्या होगा जो उसका machine है वो production के लिए use हो रहा है directly, right? फैक्ट्री का जो premises है जिधर वो machine है और जिधर वो furniture बनता है, that's again being used directly, right? What about the trucks which are bringing in the woods or the metal and everything? Those are also directly involved. क्योंकि raw material नहीं आएगा तो furniture नहीं बनेगा. So these are all assets which are directly involved in the manufacturing of the goods. What would be the assets which are indirectly involved? Imagine office space. Ab office space में furniture नहीं बनता, but there are people in there, right? There are people in there. There are teams sitting there. There is a HR team. There is an accounting team. If HR team was not there, it probably was not able to recruit the right type of people. Purchase and procurement team is there, sitting in the administrative office. I mean, in the admin office space. If the procurement team was not there, it wouldn't know what type of material to purchase, right? Like what is the right material to purchase. So they are indirectly, this administrative office space and all is indirectly involved in the production or supply of goods and services. And the definition says all those assets directly or indirectly involved in the production. So both these categories are covered. Assets which are used for the production and supply of goods and services directly or indirectly. Okay. Now, when I say this, you also need to understand that items of property, plant, and equipment. Now, this definition caters property, plant, and equipment. But an item of property, plant, and equipment for one company would be another item, and for other company it would be altogether other item. Like when I was saying Godrej, for them that furniture was not a property, plant, and equipment. That was their inventory, that the core item they trade in. But for any other company, the furniture can be a property, plant, and equipment. They don't trade in it. They don't trade in it, but they indirectly using it, right, for the supply of goods or services, because it's being used in the office premises and all of that, or in the factory it's being used as a furniture, for all the workers or whatever. So indirectly it's being used. So that's why it would become a PP, an item of property, plant and equipment. To give you all more clarity, think of this. The laptops that Zell Education is using. Zell Education is using laptops and it's giving to its administrative staff, right? Now administrative staff is contacting you guys and or letting you know about the courses or whatever. So it's being used directly for the supply of services, right? It's being used directly for the supply of services. So it's forming part of property, plant and equipment. But imagine for HP. HP is the company that manufactures laptop. For HP, will that laptop be an item of property, plant and equipment?
No, ma'am, it will be inventory for them.
Yeah, for them it will be inventory, the core item with which it trades in, right? So that's what I'm trying to tell you, that it's not something, there's no universal list or a list like that, where exhaustive list like that, where I can say कि अच्छा inventory के ये items है, property plant के these are the items. You have to check what the business is, and according to the business, the PP item will be there or inventory item will be there. Okay, I hope this everyone is clear up to this. So this is the definition part of it. Identifying is easy, it's not a big problem. Now coming to measurement aspect of it. Okay. So in measurement, in measurement, we will learn the initial measurement and subsequent measurement. Okay. Initial measurement for many of the items in IFRS, you will learn initial measurement, subsequent measurement. At least for anything which is a balance sheet item, you'll always learn the initial and subsequent. Initial का मतलब जो day one पर when you identify it, when you recognize it और अब उसको books में लाना है, तो day one पर उसका क्या measurement है, that's initial. और year end पर उसका क्या measurement है, क्योंकि balance sheet day one के लिए नहीं बनती. Balance sheets are not made for the day when you purchase the asset. That could be middle of the day. That could be middle of the year. That could be beginning of the year. That could be any day in the year. So balance sheets are not made for any day in the year. They are specifically made for the accounting year end, right? It's 31st March or 31st December or whatever. It's made for a year end. So subsequent measurement means फिर year end पर उस item का क्या value? So like I'm saying, for every balance sheet item, you will learn the initial and subsequent measurement. Likewise, PP initially how it's measured and subsequently how it's measured. So initially the measurement is going to be, so I'm not going to do subsequent measurement parallel at the side. I'll do it below only. Okay. Initial measurement is going to be, okay, so before I give you all the definition, I want you all to think of it. Okay, I want you all to think of it. I'm ordering a machine from Japan and it's going to come here. It's going to get delivered in Mumbai, and I made a call and I purchased it and everything. Okay, so it's coming. So idea is, when I purchase this machine, what value for this machine do I take in my balance sheet? I've incurred a purchase price, right? But probably I've incurred more other prices which are connected, expenses which are related with it. So what are the amounts that I will take and put in the balance sheet?
Installation.
Like installation cost, delivery cost.
Okay, so first, these are the costs that I've started incurring, irrespective of whether I should take them in balance sheet or not. What are the costs I'll start incurring? So first, what will I incur? The moment I make a call and I've ordered something, what do you think is that initial price that I've incurred, or expenditure I've incurred?
Purchase.
Purchase price. The purchase price is something that I've incurred. After that, what all I'll start incurring?
Transportation.
Transportation. So ठीक है, वो person जो है that will ship it to me. So transportation.
Installation.
वो factory में आ जाता है installation. Okay. Anything else?
Borrowing cost.
Import duties. जब वो airport पर है और ship के पास है, port पर है, तो import duties भरना पड़ेगा. Okay, ठीक है. फिर
Finance.
Borrowing cost.
okay, borrowing cost is another concept which even if included, I'm not going to touch right now. I'm going to keep it aside for the other chapter. Then
Finance cost.
finance cost, borrowing cost, same line. I'm going to keep it on the other side. Yeah. Anything else? So yeah, roughly this is what you'll incur: purchase price, transportation, bringing to your place, installation, import duties are there, carriage is there. Carriage means the weight part of it that you pay. That is there. All this is there. Okay. Idea is, what is the normal treatment for transportation, for installation, for import duties? How do you normally treat it? Are these asset items? Are these expenses items? What is their normal nature?
Expensive.
Normal nature is expense.
Normal
Ma'am, we
nature.
add up to the cost of the machinery.
Cost of the machinery because they are
We
associated with
capitalize
that.
this cost.
Capitalize that.
Yeah.
Okay. So normally, like you all told me, अगर ये purchase price 40 million है, 40 million. Okay, I think my number is clear. 40 million machinery का purchase price है. Transportation I'm incurring 1 million. Further 1.5 million. Import duties 0.5 million, and then the carriage I'm incurring of. I'm incurring of say 2 million. Okay, I'll just change this. Remove the millions so I can calculate automatically. So yeah, this is the purchase price, transportation, installation, import, and carriage. And you told me that we just discussed that the nominal nature of transportation, installation, import duties, carriage is expense. You put it in the PL. These are expense items. But when I'm trying to find the cost of the asset, will I expense it or will I club it with the purchase price and show in my balance sheet? Will I expense
Capitalize.
it?
Yes.
Rashmi says expense. Okay. Others, will I club it with 40 million or will
We
I?
capitalize.
We will club it with 40 million because the asset is not yet put to use. So it will get
Okay.
capitalized.
Okay, Drishti has her own definition where asset now is being put to use, so you will add it. Okay, so I'll take this one thing, and then Vivrat says capitalized. Rashmi said expensive. So people have answers, they have their reasons. Some people have different answers on it. Well, the correct treatment is actually to capitalize. So expensing out is wrong, Rashmi. Okay, expensing normally is fine. Transportation, installation, ये expense होता है, but in this case it's wrong. I'll tell you why. In this case it's wrong. The rule, the IFRS का rule, और IFRS का जो standard है, IAS 16 property plant and equipment tells you initially what you have to consider for capitalization. It says all costs incurred in bringing the asset to location and condition should be capitalized. Capitalized means clubbing with the cost of asset and putting in the balance sheet. So I'll repeat. The standard tells all costs incurred in bringing the asset to location and condition should be capitalized.